Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, May 4th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value the process of revolutioning my evolution. And here we are, a day out from the second eclipse. And I was very pleased with this energy mantra of reminding us this process is definitely revolutionizing our personal evolution process. This is the power of Scorpio, complete and total transformation energy. And I wish I could remember all the things that have been coming to me as I've been making this drive to visit Joe in the hospital. It's a little over an hour each way. It's a lot of driving and a lot of things come through. But I really want to visit the Sabian symbol for 14 degrees Scorpio, which is where we have the eclipse energy, because I feel like this has been one of the overarching processes of this incoming eclipse. So the Sabian symbol for 14 degrees Scorpio, which is where the moon is going to be, the full moon, where this powerful eclipsey energy is going to be, is telephone linemen at work installing new connections. And this to me is a level up. It's a level up in our lines, our lines of faith, our lines of connection. Thank you, Mahalo. Our lines of intuition. New lines are being installed to help us in this process. And so there's nobody that I know who hasn't had some intensity come up, go on, go down during this eclipse corridor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It has been so much, right? And this is all part of these new lines being installed because all of us need to work on leveling up our faith. And faith does not come because things are chill, easy, hunky-dory, unfolding in ease. Faith is really made when we're like, okay, universe, here I am with you. Whoo, help, right? And the support that does show up in so many ways. And so as we are building into this eclipse, thank you, Mahalo. As we are building into this eclipse, getting a little Mahalo support, as we are building into this eclipse, keep listening on the lines. Keep opening those lines. Keep trusting that those lines are there. Scorpio is major transformation, but is not transformation alone on your own. And there's chaos in the back. I'm home after being away all day, and so if you're hearing boxes get knocked over and everything, that is just Wolf. That is just Wolf going crazy. Frolicking in joy of having people around, or me around. But lean into that faith. Lean into those connections that are here for us. And I will tell you, that is 100% what I am doing. So, for today, speaking of new connections, how interesting is this? Mercury is perihelion, which means Mercury is in its closest time in its orbit when it's like closest to the sun. Not closest time, but it's closest to the sun right now. And Mercury is retrograde in Taurus, pulling against this Scorpio eclipse. It's a balance of these Taurus-Scorpio energies. And here we are, making new lines, making new connections so that we can lean into faith, so that we can lean into the beauty, into the goodness, into the pleasure. There is so much good here for us. And I know that when you are in trauma, when you are in pain, when you are in fear, when you're in discomfort of any and many sorts, it's really hard to trust in that goodness and lean into that pleasure. And yet, that's part of these new connections, is recognizing where joy and beauty and goodness exists and unfurls, even amidst the deeper revolution, evolution, transformation pockets that we're all going through in this. Now, I believe this set of eclipses is very intense, as they are both Mars-ruled signs. And so this is meant to jumpstart that evolution, revolution process. So this is a notice. Where are you holding on to those toxic energies that you need to put boundaries, that Scorpio energy, show up, put those boundaries so that you can evolve, so that you can transform, so that you can empower, so that you can shift. So, Mercury perihelion, Moon moving into Scorpio today, 7:30 around a.m. Pacific time. So here we go. Part of this process as well is the expression of your feelings. Scorpio is deep. Some of these things may come from the deep. Be willing to express your feelings, and then in balance with the Taurus energies, see where you can not escape in pleasure, not overindulge in pleasure, but balance in joy, in beauty, in pleasure, recognizing that both can exist. Part of any full moon is that balance aspect, and this moon in Libra that's finishing up early in the day is like, come on, we can do the balance game. As the moon continues on through Scorpio, it will square Pluto. That's how we're starting our day, moon squaring Pluto, because it will be early in the day. Watch the fears. I have been existing deeply with my fears through this Joe hospital process. My fears exist here, and it is painful. Before my mind even starts thinking of the fears, my body is already expecting the thoughts of the fears and already responding before I'm even there, because I've been working on not really existing in those fearful places. And so there may be movement, transformation needed of this energy. For me, touch, crystals, massage, holding myself, getting hugs from my friends has been beneficial. Where is the fear residing in you, and what is bringing it up? And see, how are you being called to face that fear and bring that spirit of transformation? New connections from those telephone linemen. Moon is also connecting to Saturn and Pisces. Some of this stuff is old, it is ancient, it is deep, and oh my gosh, this is powerful work that we are doing together. So, woo to that. We also have Venus. Venus actually connecting to, is that right? I'm like, gotta look. Oh yeah, Venus. Okay. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking my Venus. Venus connecting to Neptune via a square, and Venus connecting to Jupiter. So both connecting. It's interesting. Connecting to Neptune, connecting to Jupiter. It's a sextile with Jupiter. It is a square with Neptune, and this feels like some of these karmic things that we are working through, very heavy in regards to relationships. Relationships to all things, our relationship to our minds, relationship to knowledge, relationships to communication, relationships to others. A lot of deep karmic unfolding, and yet Jupiter in Aries is like, as you honor yourself, these old things are going to unwind. Part of the lesson in this is the honoring of yourself. That's part of holding those high values, those honorings of yourself. So keep that in mind in this energy too. And it's interesting because we've got the compromise card and the projections card. So it can be really easy to fall into those old patterns. We as humans, we hold on to these patterns. And Spirit's like, please don't make me revolutionize your evolution anymore. Please let this be enough. So be aware where old patterns in relationship are coming up and how you are being called for new ones. Trust in this unfolding. Jupiter in Aries is like, I promise good things for you. The last two cards, playfulness, Can you keep a playful spirit through all of this? I'm trying, really. I'm really trying, really, in this. Keep that playful spirit. Find those pockets of joy that's part of this balance. And watch those mental energies in all of this. Again, so much intensity. It can take us to so many wonked places. We don't necessarily, we don't necessarily have to follow the mind to those places. We can honor ourselves back to balance, back to better unfolding, better feeling existences. That's the word. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I'm hoping next week I will be able to do readings again. I'm hoping by that time Joe will be potentially coming home. So giving him a little time to, work this all out at the hospital, but hopefully he'll be home and rebalancing himself. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.